Playing a pixel art game with an open world concept will be so interesting to play. I'm sure everyone would love to see the panorama and how the character can explore the pixel art world in immersive ways. Shout out to Game Legend for their request. Remember to like and request for my next content. Top 12 Best Pixel Art MMO-RPG 2026 Mobile Open World Pixel Art Game Android and iOS. You guys can support this channel by sending a super thanks, and our team will appreciate that. Sea of Stars. This game is absolutely phenomenal. It's one of the best new pixel art RPG open world for mobile. I really love to play an RPG pixel art that focuses on the storyline driven base. So the player can enjoy how the main story is through a dialogue. Even the developer made a lot of special cutscenes to deliver any conversation, becoming way more cinematic. As a pixel art game fan, I would highly recommend this game to you all now, because it's officially available on the mobile platform, but it's premium. Trust me, it's worth it to get and play. The graphics have a AAA quality. No wonder Sea of Stars was a game for Nintendo Switch. That's why the game standard is pretty high. We can explore the world, ask the NPC, and cook to get some food that is pretty useful in battle. The game's combat mechanisms are really attractive. The player needs to do an extra action to deal multiple damage through tapping the screen on the right timing. There are a lot of obstacles we need to pass through and more puzzles that we need to solve to open up the new path. Sea of Stars Mobile is the best pixel art RPG turn-based game for Android 2026 and iOS. Hike Northern Art. This game has a very good 2.5D pixel RPG game style. I'm sure you will love to see the visual. There is a safety area which is in the camp. The player can chill and relax and see how the character moving and spend time while camping. Along the story, we will unlock some more features like listening to the music and setting the playlist as your favorite list, taking a picture. But also there are some interesting features we actually can unlock, like cooking. Before we head out to the exploration area, we should do a preparation of items or gear. Then we should pick a buff like reduce the damage taken or increase the movement speed. The combat mechanism have three main parameters, which are HP, attack, and movement speed. Those parameters are the only indicator we should be concerned about, because the game doesn't need any stamina or energy while we are in battle. In combat, we need to come closer to the enemies to release their regular strike. But also, we should make a space before unleashing the magic because the hero excels in using it. Timing on dodge will take a crucial part to keep alive. Hike Northern Art is the best pixel art RPG game mobile 2026. Unfortunately, it's only available for iOS at the moment. Yak Draasil Champion or Heroes Under the Mana Tree. I'm sure if you ever seen this game, you must be still wait for it to release globally. Unfortunately, after the second beta, I didn't even find any news. My team always check the game's information on a different site and different platform. But it's nothing at all. Luckily, I have a chance to try it before I see a huge potential from it. Surely the developer get inspiration from Genshin Impact because the main male character looks pretty identical with the Genshin Impact MC. As I experienced, it is story-driven based. There are a lot of animation cutscenes and the dialogue is quite often seen. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any voiceover. Once it comes through, then the whole thing will be killing it. The game's combat mechanism is we can switch the character to adjust your playstyle based on the enemy's weaknesses range in close combat or in a long range style. Hold down the basic attack to deal heavy damage. Yak Draasil Champions or Heroes Under the Mana Tree, the best pixel art RPG 2026 for Android and iOS. Beast Adventure. A lot of players said if this game has a Pokemon games-like model, the whole gameplay looks so attractive, where we can meet the other player in a massive number of active players in a real time. Which is it has a MMO-RPG genre. The game's combat mechanism are a turn-based. Deploy a pet and switch the pet when the other is dying. So the other player need to understand to optimize all of the pets at all. By the way, it's a very casual gameplay because the autoplay combat will help you a lot to clear the battle much easier. It doesn't need any strategy. As long as the cooldown is ready, then we should release the skill. We can explore the whole world by riding a pet and ask the NPC to get a side quest. Absolutely the best pixel art MMORPG open world game 2026 for mobile. Suikoden Starleap. I'm a big fan of Suikoden 2 and Suikoden 1. You know, this game series is really special for me. The gameplay and the storyline is really amazing. But after I see the official gameplay footage of Suikoden Starleap, then I'm super happy and excited because most of the characters from the other Suikoden can be recruited on it. So most of the heroes will try to rebuild the village and open up some stores like a blacksmith to enhance the equipment, rune shop to strengthen the best rune you like. Some characters can unlock new features when you recruit them, minigame, get resources for crafting, bounty hunt to earn some reward. These all things will make your village so alive. Even we can easily see the other NPC interacting between each other. Some side quests will be available along the story once the villager can't solve his own problem. Then they will add the quests on the mission board that we can pick and accept. The combat mechanism is a turn-based system. We can release the skill and make a combination rune. A huge scale of war will be shown to represent the actual politic between a massive strength of clans. Suikoden Starleap is the best new RPG pixel art game on mobile 2026. Destiny Saga. If you really love to play a pixel art game, surely this game will give you a huge satisfaction to see what the visual looks like, and also the game's quality is outstanding. I'm sure you are as impressed as me, right? The gameplay is semi-open world based, where the player can explore the safety area, which is in the tavern, and go around the world through the stage or dungeon. But you can't underestimate the area, because every single area that we visit has a wide range that we can explore. So we can find the hidden chest, clear the puzzle, and kill all of the enemies as the mission requested. Some heroes are available to recruit along the story. Basically, it's a free-to-play game and not a gacha base. The combat mechanism is really attractive. We can make a combination strike with the other hero and unleash the skill whenever it's ready. Destiny Saga is the best new pixel art game RPG on mobile 2026. Bloomtown, a different story. What a cute game pixel art RPG that comes to mobile. By the way, this game was released on console or PlayStation 5. That's why the game's graphic looks so crazy and really amazing. The game will be set in a modern world where 4 of the teenagers will do an adventure and solve the mystery. There are a lot of hints that we need to find, so we really need to read and understand each dialogue or conversation between the NPC. Because I often have a very hard time finding the new story, like I was stuck on a certain mission without knowing the next area I should reach. If you love to play a storyline pixel art game RPG, surely this game will be the best one. It has a seamless world where we can explore freely. The combat mechanism is a turn-based system. Overall, I love the combat animation and how simple the combat system is. Surely, as a newbie, you can try it out now. Best RPG pixel art game, mobile 2026. World of Kung Fu, Dragon and Eagle. I will be honest that I'm so happy I found this hidden pixel art RPG on mobile. Seriously, I love to see the storyline is pretty fun with so much humor we'll find. Along the story, there is some dialogue that we can pick the answer freely, so it will decide a different dialogue once we select a certain answer. It has an open world games concept where the player can explore the world freely and visit a different kind of area like a castle, dungeon, port, and village. Everything will represent a Chinese theme, the character design, the hero's appearance, and how the name of the hero is really Chinese. But don't worry, because the language has English already. The combat mechanism is a turn-based on a tactical move, which means the strategy will take every action in a different result at the end. By the way, remember to get some new weapon or armor while you were in the village, because we need to optimize the hero's strength by ourselves. Best new pixel art RPG game, mobile 2026. Destinia. I'm a big fan of a company that's called with the game feel, because this company made a legendary pixel art game that is called with Zenonia series that became the most played pixel art RPG game on mobile. But right now, I am sure Destinia was a hidden gem because not many players know about it if this game still exists and can be played without being connected to the internet. But you must have a very low version of the Android version to access it. So the game will be compatible on your devices. Will become young men who are able to use 3 different weapons of dual swords, broadsword, and also gun for a long range. The combat mechanism is a hack and slash game. Does anyone know this game? Please comment below. Ragnarok 3. This game will be one of the most beautiful pixel art games with a high quality pixel visual in a different level of pixel crafting. The developer make a combination of pixel art and also realistic ones. I mean, the character will have a 2.5D graphics of pixel, but the object around us will have a 3D looks, which is a very good combination for mobile experience. This is an MMORPG game base, and also the developer have so many features that you might like. The PvP, Guild War, massive large scale of war, and also the most interesting feature is you can open a stall, which means a huge microtransaction will run amazingly along the game run. We can sell a different kind of weapon or more material to craft. The trade system will run in real time, so we can make a negotiation within the other player. The combat mechanism can be played automatically, but once you face the boss, then I would recommend you all to play manually to avoid any incoming attack. Best pixel art open world game MMORPG 2026. Zenonia 3. Please, anyone please share this video to any social platform, because I really want any publisher to make this kind of Zenonia remake. So the developer or the new developer will take the right to create the remake. So your action to share this game will be really important for me. I grew up on Zenonia game series, especially when the mobile platform came to my life. But also I won't forget if the game that called with Inertia was so good as well. Tell me in the comments if you know Inertia pixel art RPG game. Let's get back how the Zenonia game is. It has an open world base, great combat look. Even the game has existed for more than a decade, but I am so confident that the visual can be compared with any new pixel art nowadays. Best new pixel art RPG game open world 2026 mobile. Hardwood Online, one of the best MMORPG pixel art games on mobile until now. The number of players who are actively playing it is a consistent increase day by day. Even the developer always made an update about the gameplay, from the trade system, the PvP content, and how the player can get a rare mount just by hunting a common enemy. This game is absolutely no pay-to-win pixel art game MMO, because all of the equipment we have can be made through a crafting system. The combat mechanism is absolutely stunning. It's super smooth and can run at 60 FPS. I am sure everyone knows this game if you really love a pixel art game. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.